So this week we've been talking about how to use SMS in your business to get more clients, right? And the fact that SMS is more likely to be read 5 times more likely, in fact, than when you send an email. So why wouldn't you use an SMS to tell people that you're online or you're ready to help them when you're doing a live show or when you're running one of your groups? Surely you'd use SMS to do that, right? So one of my contacts this week is a podcaster from the UK, and his people in his comments were telling him, hey, Dan, I don't see you when you're online. How do I find you when you're online? Where do I find you? Not everybody knows that you have to just click on that person's timeline or their feed to go and find them. There's a percentage of people that are lost there. There's another percentage of people who don't know that you're on LinkedIn at all, and they think you're looking on some other platform. The problem here is that your audience doesn't know where and when to find you online. There's a very easy solution to this, and this is why I'm running the Profitable Fitness 5-day challenge. Now, the subject of SMS reminders can be used to any kind of business. Realtors, real estate people, doctors, dentists, physicians, exercise businesses, gyms, retail shops. Doesn't matter what kind of business you run. You can use SMS to tell people when you've got a program active and how you'd like them to engage with you. Now, getting into the meat of today's session, I'm actually going to show you a platform today that you get access for free. You just have to ask me for it, DM me, and I'll give it to you for free because you're part of the 5-day Profitable Fitness Challenge. So this system will help you to set up your own SMS brand. Now, I'm going to talk you through today, again, what an SMS brand is, what it actually is, what's the physical asset. Can you touch it? Can you see it? What is the brand on SMS? How do you get that for your own business? Now, because you're part of this group as well, another bonus is you're going to get your own SMS brand for free if you're in the UK. This is a special offer just for the UK. So if you're in the UK and you're in the fitness business and you want your own brand on SMS, this isn't going to cost you anything. You can get it for free as part of the platform I'm going to show you today. So SMS is really powerful. It's, if you had to send 100 emails and 100 SMSs, how many people would be likely to open either SMS or email? Did you know that 5 times more people will read the SMS than those who would read the email? It's a huge difference, 5 times more. Just think about the difference that can make in your sales. If you are selling to 1 out of every 10 people, that means you could have 5 times more sales out the back end of your checkout page. So this makes a lot of sense to really start looking into how you can use SMS in your business. Now, it sounds complicated because it's a technical thing, but what I've done is actually de-tech the whole thing of SMS. If you can click and upload a file, you can run your own SMS brand. It's that simple. That's how easy it is. If you know how to click and upload a file to the internet, you can run your own SMS brand. So today I'm going to show you how to actually build an SMS that has your own brand. It's only one page that you have to watch on the internet, and I'll be showing that to you shortly. So you can watch me set up a demo, and I'm just going to see if the system is ready to go live with you. Yes, it is. So now I'm going to share a screen to you. And excuse me while I take my attention off you for a minute, but here it comes. Right, so this is the SMS Hero dashboard where you actually send SMS from. Now, I want to explain to you what is in this Dropbox here. Let me just see if my old Android phone that I use for all these tests will wake up and oblige. it needs to be rebooted. So I'll just reboot it. When that wakes up, I'll show you how the SMS brand actually looks on the phone, right? So on the screen here, you can see where I've typed SMS Hero. So this is what I mean by SMS brand. Now, normally when you receive an SMS from someone, you see a phone number or a person's name. You don't see sometimes you see a business name. Say the bank sends you a text. You're going to see the bank's name, like Lloyd's or HSBC. They will brand their texts. Now, this is the advantage that branding your SMS has for you as a small business owner. It puts you in that league of big businesses like the banks that send branded SMSs. Now, what is an SMS brand? It is this here. I'm just going to point to the screen. The SMS Hero word that I'm typing in there as the sender identity. That word is going to replace the phone number that this SMS is sent from. And it will arrive on your phone with that word as the sender. So I'll open my list of SMSs and I'll actually see it's from SMS Hero or HSBC Bank or whoever. So now my phone has complied with my demands to wake up. And I'm just going to get the screen open for SMSs. So you'll see there's an SMS there from a company, and then there's one from some family. So the company has got a name, right? Fiber Wi-Fi. So that's who I use for my internet, because we're out in the sticks. So that's what I mean. So that name is going to be what your sender identity will present as on the mobile device, right? So now that's how you actually run the SMS campaign. So now here is how you actually build your SMS so that you can send an SMS. I always spell United as untied. I don't know why I do that, but some reason my muscle memory in my fingers thinks that everything in the United Kingdom is coming apart at the seams, and now it's calling it untied. So, and then type in your phone number, and then type in a message. Right? Now, that's all you have to do. So let's just summarize what we've done there. You've got a sender identity that's going to replace the phone number. This is your SMS brand. This is where your business name or your product name or your program name goes. If you're a fitness trainer, you could call it James Fitness Studio or James Studio or Janine's Fitness Zoom class, something like that. There's only 11 characters you can use, so you need to be quite smart about how you fill that up. It disappears very quickly, 11 characters. But that's the standard that's allowed for the length of a brand on SMS messages. Okay. Then you type in your phone number like I've done there, and then you type in your message, and then you, for just ease of management, you choose a campaign name, right? And the last thing you do is you click send. Now that is how you do one message at a time. Now that message will go through to the phone, and the guy will receive it, and that's it. You can see success. So we've been told on our side that the mobile network has accepted it for delivery, and depending where the person is in the GSM cloud with their phone, they'll get that message. If they're out of coverage, they'll get the message when they come back into coverage. Now here's the thing for you as a fitness trainer who's running your course online. When you go online on Facebook and LinkedIn, the only thing that those applications can do in their web page or on their mobile phone application is give you an in-app notification. Now, nearly 100% of people I know have turned off their in-app notifications because their lives have just become so busy they are flooded with information. Everybody has their ringtone on silent and vibrate because they don't want to be bothered by all this noise from the internet that's on their phone. So now how do you get people to realize there's an SMS on their phone that they should be reading? Well, the thing is with SMS, because it's actually built into the hardware of a phone, it's not an app that you can install and delete like WhatsApp and the others, right? You can't delete SMS off your phone as a channel. The program that puts SMS on your phone is burned into the hardware. You can't take it out. Now, a lot of people, because they see this as part of the phone hardware, they don't mess with its settings. So the SMS will vibrate and it'll send an alert notification as soon as it arrives. Now, imagine your audience are all either at lunch or they're on the train going home or on the train going to work, and they're scrolling on the social media or watching a movie on Netflix or something with their earbuds in, and they hear this bzz, bzz, and they see, oh, there's a message from Jane's fitness studio. It's a text message. Let me see what that is, because I can't. They feel they can't leave it there in an unread state. It's almost like people expect them to read it immediately and know that it's dealt with. Otherwise, there's this like disrespect that people have implied if you don't read messages immediately. So there's a human behavior that we are not going to change here. People will read an SMS message within 3 seconds. That's how quickly you can get their attention. And you've actually got those 3 seconds to grab their attention and get them to take action on something. And this is, once you've got them in your text and they've focused on your text message and they're reading it, this is where you direct their attention to your online offer or your Facebook group or your live session, wherever you're going to push them into whatever part of the sales funnel you've now connected this SMS message. This is the beauty of SMS. It has got such a higher attention power than email, than in-app notifications. There you go. See, the SMS has just come through, and I'll show you that one on the phone. Let me just get this up. So there you go. So you'll see the SMS message there. You just have a look on the screen here, what you're seeing. Yeah, you can see the SMS message right there. That's the message that we sent while I was talking to you. Now that's the average time span that it takes for them to receive an SMS. A couple of seconds and the person's got it. It's just amazing. You really need to think about this. Why you should be sending SMS messages to alert people, especially when you're going live in your groups. Now, SMS is not free. It's not like email, which is a much lower cost. Email isn't free to you either. You are paying actually in bandwidth and rental costs for accessing the internet. But SMS is not free either. So therefore, you have to be really careful with how you structure your message. And there are a few things you never ever do in your SMS message, right? So I'm going to stop sharing that screen now, and we'll come back to that system later this week on Friday when I share some more programs with you, which you're going to be getting access to on Friday. There's a special offer I have for a whole platform which does the sales funnels. So you know, like ClickFunnels and GrooveFunnels and all those things. This thing is a competitor to those, but you get access to it. Plus, you get the rights to resell it and keep 100% of the money. This is quite something. So it's a really great offer. So you don't need to be technical to run it. Just like this page I showed you now, you know how to click and upload a file. You can run your own SMS brand. That's something you probably thought only big companies and big firms can do with big budgets and deep pockets. Well, you don't need to. You can start this with just £10. That's all it needs. And you can send a lot of SMSs for £10. It's a lot cheaper than buying them from the mobile networks for the phone. So the whole aim of this is to help you start building an inflow of customers into your business, because once I've helped you with that, you're then going to be prepared and ready. I won't say baked or cooked, but that's kind of a right analogy, because you need to be in the right state of awareness before I tell you what's coming next. So for this phase of our relationship, you're getting a free SMS platform And on Friday, you're going to get access. I'm not going to charge you for access to this. You're going to go direct to the reseller of this, and you're going to pay him, and you get the rights to resell it and white label it as your own. It's a sales funnel system, and it's how I built the sales funnels for smshero.net. So if you start on smshero.net, you can see those pages. I'm not a graphics designer or web designer. I don't know how to code those things. I built those pages with this system. So you can see how easy it is to do it. And it took me probably half an hour to do it, and I've left it there. I maybe go back to it once a week, every 2 weeks, just to tweak a few words to see if I can get a different response rate. So I have 2 copies of the page, and one visitor will go to this page A and one visitor will go to page B. And so I split test it. You all know about split testing, right? And then I see which is the control, and I try and beat the control always. As soon as I beat the control, then that one becomes a control. It's a very old model in marketing, but it's been superbly applied in internet marketing, and it really, really works well. All the big marketing people are using split testing. And this system has it built in. All the metrics are there. It's got payment cards. You can tie in Stripe, PayPal, all the popular payment systems. So you don't have to get a coder to come and say, oh, please build me a checkout page. The last time I did this, it cost me £800 to build a website with a checkout page. They don't want to do it for less because it's a couple of days work to do all the graphics and everything. And then you're still going to write all the copy yourself. So you know what? You may as well just do this yourself if you know how to click and drag a mouse and type with your hands. All you need to do is type and click and drag things with your mouse, and you can build web pages like this. And then you're not held captive by developers and hosting companies for their monthly fees. You actually own this whole thing, and you can resell it for whatever price you want. You can give it away free if you want, but you can resell it and keep 100% of the money. That's on the funnel system. On the SMS system that I showed you just now, you're getting free access to that. You get, when you log into it, you'll actually see the SMS prices are about half what you would pay at the mobile networks. So it's an incredible offer. It really is bottom drawer pricing, but top drawer quality. Now the value that you're getting here, the whole thing is not the price of this platform. The value you're getting is, I've got 25 years history in mobile networks and text messaging. I started back in probably 98, I think it was, right? When I really got into my teeth into SMS, and was in a business unit that built an SMS business that very quickly became £120 million a year revenue, cash in the bank after costs. It's huge. It is still doing that some 22 years later. It's still doing that kind of turnover. Every year it's pumping out £120 million into that company's coffers. And that was from one thing I showed the network how to do. Now, in the career since then that I've had, I've continually sought out one thing that makes the biggest difference to a business's profit line. Because this is where you can have the biggest impact in your business. You don't have to go and do thousands and hundreds of things to actually get your business to improve. Once you're running your business and you're established and you have a small client base, you only have to look for one thing to improve on. And the way to do this is to look into what's producing the money in the business, and then look at what's producing most of the money in the business. And then you focus your efforts on that little part, because the old thing of Pareto's rule applies to every business. There'll be a small part of your business that's producing the majority of the profit. Now, in your business as a fitness trainer, it's probably the people signing up and buying your fitness programs or buying whatever programs you're selling. You need to tweak the numbers on that part of your business. If you can double the amount of people that are signing up and reusing the same electronic content, that's when you stop exchanging your time for money and you start running a business and working on your business instead of in your business. So you can decide whether you want to sell your time for £15 or £100 an hour, whatever you want to charge. And then you only work with one person at a time. You can only fit X amount of people into your schedule in the month. But with this system, I'm letting you into and inviting you into in this program, in the Profitable Fitness 5-Day Free Challenge, is going to help you set up your wholesale system. It's got CRM, it's got notifications, it's got a whole follow-up sequence, it's got 2 different SMS systems, and the one of them is the free one, which I'm giving you on smshero.net, where you can get your own SMS brand. It's the only one I have found in 20-something years of doing SMS messaging where you don't have to pay quite a lot of money to get your own SMS brand. Usually it costs thousands of dollars to set up your own SMS brand. Now, note, in the UK, you get your own free SMS brand. In many other countries, you have to pay, and you have to register this with some government or mobile telecoms agency that manages this whole thing. In Africa, it's like that. Now, in the States, in the US, you'll find they don't have alphanumeric sender identities. So you can't have a name as a brand, but you can have a short code, which is like 6 numbers. So you can have a phone number that's just 6 numbers long, and that phone number belongs to you. And then people will start seeing that as your brand. The other thing with having a brand on your SMS is this. Now, just want to grab a copy. Is it builds trust with your customer base. And this is the biggest thing you need to focus on. People who aren't paying you don't trust you. People who are paying you trust you. So do you see there's this wall between the lack of trust and the presence of trust? So if you can give your customers and your audience something that starts building trust, it becomes much easier for them to jump over that wall and join the group that already trusts you. Now, SMS brand, Google has done some research, which I'll share in the group later this week as well, maybe, on a new product they're bringing out on SMS, which shows that 74% of people would rather buy from a brand that they know and trust. This is huge. So if you take these multipliers and you start working out what your potential outcome and result is, because you're now using an SMS brand, you're getting 5 times more people to read your messages. Therefore, so many more are going to land up on your checkout page. Therefore, so many more are going to actually click buy. It has an exponential effect. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You need to look for that small part of effort in your business that you can have the biggest impact on. You don't want to run around like a chicken with its head cut off. And I'm sorry for the vegan people out there. I had a chicken in my chicken run a few weeks ago that was very ill. She was old and she actually passed away. So when she was dead, we did take her apart. We had to do some autopsy to see if there was something wrong and affecting the other chickens. So you got to look after your chickens. The other ones are nice and fat and fluffy. I digress. But you've got to be sure that when your SMS message gets to your customer, that you're doing something that builds trust. The one thing you never do is you never spam them. Don't ever spam with unrequested, unsolicited messages. The laws today are so strict, you will get into trouble. They could close your business down if you do this. All it takes is one customer complaining to the right department in the government or legal firm, and you'll have more paperwork you can deal with than you want in a lifetime. Don't spam. I have people asking me all the time, can they spam on our service? The fact is, yes, you can, but we will not allow you to. We will stop it. As soon as we see it, our automated bots will see that you're spamming and we will stop it and close your account, because I'm not having anyone risk the relationships that I've built over 20-something years with the mobile networks that have got access to over 1,000 networks worldwide, where I have got funds sitting at every one of those networks that gives you the ability to start your business up overnight and get going. I'm not putting all of that at risk just for one muppet that wants to spam. And I get them every week, people asking, no, you cannot spam. We do not allow it. And we check every message as it goes through. You have to ask your customers their permission, and you have to record it. Now, our system does that for you, which is another benefit of using our system. You have to record that permission so that if anyone does ask, you can prove that you've got that permission to talk to those customers. And having the ICO office's insurance, it's only £35 a year. If you go to the ICO office in the UK, look up their GDPR insurance. It's only £35. Don't hesitate. Go and get this insurance. If you've got customers, even if you hold an email address, any customer data at all, you need this insurance. It is so important that you have that right cover. You never, insurance is one of those things. People never realize just how much they needed it until something is stolen from them, or someone breaks into their house, or someone breaks into their servers. Then they're all in a hurry and willing to pay almost anything. You can stop that all for just £35 a year. Go and get it. Don't be a knucklehead. Just go and get that insurance from the ICO office. So you've got the insurance, you've got the free platform. What I want to help you do this week as well is get over the fear of using SMS. So I've shown you how you can use the SMS Hero.net system. All you have to do is ask me for access to that. I'll set up an account for you. I'll put a couple of SMS on there for you to test with, and you'll see that it's real. It's live. It's working. It's happening. So you can start using that to build your brand. Then on Friday again, I'm going to release a very big bonus, which is this funnel system, which you can put all of your websites and your CRM together. So that's going to be an amazing session on Friday, and I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. So if you want your own sender identity, you want access to a free system that gives you ability to send SMS to any network in the world, in the UK, I'm giving you free sender identities. This isn't free everywhere. I'm giving you free access to the platform and free sender identity for the UK. So you need to jump onto the DM and let me know that's what you want. I'll set up an account for you, then I'll send you the details by a secure email. So I hope you've enjoyed the session today and you've learned a little bit more about using SMS in your business. Just remember, you send an SMS, it's 5 times more likely to be opened and read than sending an email. It's real. 98% of people will read an SMS in under 3 seconds, just 3 seconds. That's the attention span you've got to get people. And using an SMS, you actually pull their attention. It's such an important messaging channel. It's highly underutilized, especially in the training fitness industry. So if you want more customers, this is what you need in your business. So I've enjoyed chatting with you today. And if you have any questions, just please put them in the comments below. Just put a #live or #replay. Whatever you want to ask, just ask me in the questions below. I'm here to help you start using SMS in your business. No matter where you are, doesn't matter what country, I can help you get set up and going. It's very easy to do. All you need to know how to do is be able to click and upload a file. It's so simple. It could not be easier. You could get a 5-year-old to do this. If I had a 5-year-old, I'd probably get them to demonstrate it. My 5-year-olds are now nearly 30, so they're a bit old to act the part of a 5-year-old. But yeah, so if anybody does want to demonstrate it with a kid, I'll be happy to live stream that with you and let you see just how easy it is to do. So I've really enjoyed chatting with you, and thank you for being with me on the show today in the group. These secrets and things I've not shared out on the public channel. Only you in the group are getting these things, and the bonuses, access to the free systems that I'm giving you. So I hope to see you using them, and if you've got any questions, just ask. I'm here.